Hi, this is Chandra here from Definitive Water and the Water Filter Factory. And today we're going to be talking about water filter housings. So today we're going to be talking about water filter housings. Now, chances are that if you're going to be building some kind of a water filter or need to put some kind of a water filter in, you'll be using some form of these housings. So many people wonder which is the right type for them to use, what are the differences, and let's quickly handle those. So we'll start firstly with these smaller housings. These ones that we have over here are 10-inch slimline housings. They take a filter which looks like this. This is a 10-inch high by 2.5-inch diameter filter. You'll see everything is rated in inches because it's kind of an American standardized system. So these housings take a generic filter of that size. If it's a sediment filter, a carbon block filter, ceramic filter, they all fit inside these housings. So these housings have a 1/4-inch port, which means that the holes in and out of the filter are 1/4-inch diameter. Screw connections, and these filters are usually great for any kind of a low flow kitchen application. So if you need to, suddenly you need to filter your water and you've got a little separate tap in your kitchen, something like this will be ideal. Or a countertop filter, you'll see the countertop filters look like this with a little tap of their own over here. Some people also like to use these for their fridge. So for example, if you've got a water line running into your fridge and you aren't happy with the small fridge filter that comes with your fridge, a filter like this also works great because it fits the same connectors, and this just fits usually our 1/4-inch quick connectors that just fit a 1/4-inch pipe. So there are two different colors. You get white and you get clear. The clear one is usually handy if you've got a sediment filter or a ceramic filter. So if you want to see when it's time to replace your filter or when it's time to clean your filter, a filter like this is usually a handy thing to have. Then we have this blue one. These come usually in blue. We have some models that come in white, and what this will do is the same. It takes the same size filter as these, but at a higher flow rate. So you'll see this hole over here, the port is much larger than this one over here. So this is a 3/4-inch versus a 1/4-inch, and this we usually use on our under-counter systems, our under-counter direct flow systems. Sorry. So these are systems that run directly into your current tap and don't have a tap of their own. It allows you to push a lot more water through the system. And usually if you want a small filter that can push a lot of water through, this is kind of the system that you need, but it still takes our very widely available and fairly inexpensive 10 by 2.5-inch or 10-inch slimline filters. Next we have these over here. So these fat ones, this one over here and this one over here, are our big blue filters. And then this one over here is our 20-inch slimline filter. So this is pretty much just a longer version of this filter over here. Both of them have 3/4-inch ports. And what this will do is this will allow a slightly higher flow rate because you have a more, larger surface area on the outside of your filter, because usually what happens with the double open-ended filters that we sell, the water flows from the outside to the center. So you can imagine if you've got something twice as long, your surface area is twice as big. So they usually are used in, if we have a high flow rate reverse osmosis system, for example, you'll use something like this as a pre-filter. If you have a smaller whole house UV system, a system like this will be used as a pre-filter. So they are kind of an in-between between these ones and these larger big blue filters. Now, this will take a 2.5-inch by 20-inch filter. So you're looking at something like this. It's the same diameter as the smaller filters, but just double the length. So if you're looking for the right filter, it's a 2.5-inch by 20-inch or a 20-inch slimline filter. Those are the two names that are used for that filter. Now, finally, we have our big blue filters. So we have the same heights as those. So you've got a 10-inch and a 20-inch. And this 10-inch is usually used if you have something that needs a slightly lower flow rate than this one, but a slightly larger flow rate than this one. So what this will do is it's also got a larger dirt holding capacity than this. So you'll usually find these if you need a small sediment filter as a pre-filter, as a post-filter, if you need to add some kind of a dissolvable media like silicon crystals or calcium carbonate, this would be an ideal small filter that still has a high flow rate for you to use. It works well with flow-through filters like our GAC filters as well. And this takes a 10-inch by 4.5-inch filter. So you'll see it looks like this. It's much fatter than these smaller ones, but it's also 10-inch height. So this also is a universal kind of a size. You can fit any filter of the size inside this housing. And then finally we have our 20-inch Big Blue. So this filter is usually used for our cartridge-based whole house filters, or usually custom filters that have a high flow rate for borehole water, for rainwater, or for any whole house use. A filter like this is great. This uses a 4.5-inch by 20-inch filter, or a 4.5-inch Big Blue filter. So you'll see it's quite a large filter, but it allows for a decent flow rate. Depending on the filter, usually a housing like this will have a flow rate of somewhere between 15 and 25 liters per minute, which is usually good for a small house with 1.5 or 2 bathrooms. So yeah, so if you need any of the filters or any of the housings, you now know which filter fits which housing, and more or less which housing you hopefully need. If you have any questions, or if any of this hasn't answered the questions that you do have, please don't hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, and we'll get back to you as best we can.